Tremendous to have your company here for the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final. Ladies and gentlemen, Road in Aspley. And we're just going to pause for the national anthems.
For the national anthem.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthems as we welcome you to the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final coverage coming to you from Graham Road here in Brisbane, Aspley's home ground. Terrific to have your company. Wherever you're watching right around Australia, the grand finale is upon us, and it's the home side, the Aspley Hornets, up against the might of the Sydney Swans in what should be an absolute cracker here this afternoon. Joining us in commentary will be Michael Price, Mark Kennedy, and as well we've got Liam Dettering in the commentary box as well. We might start with you, Kanga. Mouth-watering clash, this one. You've got the it's a bit of a David and Goliath battle between the Swans and the Hornets.
Yeah, look, on the absolute surface of it is, but both sides have shown their absolute worthiness to be here in this big clash this afternoon here at Graham Road. What I'm looking forward to most is the battle of the midfield. We have the likes of Mitchell going up against Matthew Payne, the NEAFL MVP. In the talls, we've got Naismith and Nankervis going up against Big Jed Turner and Pettit. So I think the game is going to be won right there and lost right there by either side. Drury?
Now, they haven't met this season. How much of a benefit do you think that'll be to Aspley? There is a certain unknown factor about them, particularly from a Sydney perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there is, but by the same token, I think NEAFL TV has covered Aspley quite a few times here this year, so Sydney would have been able to do a fair bit of homework on some of the prime movers of Aspley, and alternately, I think what we'll find is that the Aspley Hornets and their coach John Blair would have done a lot of work on the Sydney Swans, and particularly a lot of homework around some of those players that have had AFL experience, the Ryan O'Keefe's, no doubt, the Tom Mitchells, the Membrys with a little bit of work there. Tommy Walsh certainly has been in the system a long time, and Brandon Jack, of course, amongst many others. So whilst there is an unknown of them not playing against each other per se in season 2014, I think there are plenty of knowns between the two camps.
Now, we might go to a bit of local knowledge on this one. Of course, Pricey back in the commentary box as we come to you this afternoon from Aspley, a leafy middle class inner northern suburb of Brisbane. Pricey, what can you tell us about this ground in particular?
Well, look, at Graham Road, Aspley, it's a beautifully prepared oval, but the wings are a little thin, so it's a longer and thinner ground. So the Sydney Swans could get a little advantage of the fact that they might, well, as usual, bottle it up. There's a little bit less room on the wings. However, you watch when the Swans bring the ball out from defence. They'll try to go a little wider, hug the boundary line. I'm backing a few out in the full.
Yeah, that's right. And what we did see in the second half of their preliminary final against NT, Pricey, was the fact that they actually worked back in numbers very hard to clog things up, where NT were very good early to take advantage. I expect the same today, but we have some absolute class in the middle for Aspley as well, which might be able to find some very good targets going forward to break it up if they can get that fast movement of the ball going.
Now, a nice, I suppose, an unfortunate omission for the Swans. Jeremy Laidler doesn't qualify for the grand final, played well last week, so that will take some experience out of their side. You've got Mitch Wright coming in as well. So, look, I think we're set for an absolute cracking crescendo to the 2014 NEAFL season. Really looking forward to this game. Got any tips for us, Kanga?
Look, I'm going to go with the home side. I think they can cause what I believe might be a bit of an upset. The local ground knowledge might just be enough to get them over the line, but it's going to be a titanic battle.
What do you reckon, Drury?
Look, I'm with Kanga on this one. I might go Aspley by 3 goals or less.
Rightio, we're almost set for the opening bounce here. I've got a foot either side of the fence. I'm just hoping for the game that we all hope for. Here at Graham Road, Aspley, it is the Hornets versus the Swans for the 2014 NEAFL title. Welcome to the coverage on NEAFL TV. Naismith gets a decisive tap. Mitchell handballs it forward. Was thrown after he got rid of the handball. A free kick will come back and go to Tom Mitchell in the centre of Graham Road.
I think they're going to try and rough Mitchell up as much as they can. It was interesting that Matthew Payne and Tom Mitchell head-to-head at that first centre bounce as well.
So Tom Mitchell, the son of Barry, current holder of the world record for 64 champion data stats in round 9 of 2014 season. Long inside 50, big fly at the front. Good punching effort from Aspley. Ryan Thompson puts himself in, immediately tackled, and will have a ball up 35 metres from the Swans' goal.
Good positive start for the Swans. It should be said that there is a distinct advantage at the moment from the side going left to right. Here's Dean Towers off the boot, and Dean Towers has kicked the first goal of the grand final for the Sydney Swans.
Well, we saw that Dean Towers, a little bit of AFL experience. He's played 6 games. He was terrific last week. He just bobbed up at the right time, didn't he? He kicked a few goals and really made a difference when it counted against NT. And as we've seen this first play today, right place, right time, and able to capitalise.
Absolutely. A couple of goals from Dean Towers will be a bonus for the Swans today. And we just on that breeze again, Kanga, perhaps you could confirm this. It's a bit unpredictable. It's swirling, but it does seem to be coming across the ground, favouring left to right. Yeah,
I would give probably a goal maybe to the Sydney Swans at this point in time, possibly 2.
Okay, so we've just played a minute and a half, and the Swans on the board, 1 straight goal. Here at Graham Road, Aspley hosting the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final. Umpire bangs it down in the middle. It's Pettit versus Naismith. Naismith butters up, shoots out a handball, goes out there. Hewitt, but barrelling in. Heaney now picks it up for the Swans. Chain of handballs, it goes through Biggs. Now the very experienced Ryan O'Keefe to half forward. That's a good set of mitts there from Nankervis. He wheels around onto the left, plays on quickly. It will fall to the advantage there of Membray. No, Gavin Gross escorts the ball over the boundary line next to the point post, and we'll get a throw in.
We saw Nankervis there take a very... Going to be a crucial matchup, I think, for Aspley. Hutchison on that job.
And there he is again, Nankervis, but it comes to Hutchinson. He'll be crucial for the Hornets, I'd say, Hutchinson. Bounce back to the Swans, though, and they're on the attack again. It started with Tommy Walsh. Now it's come across to Zach Jones, who got the hand pass away. Using it well at the moment, the Swans. Here's a shot on goal from 50. The wind will carry this as well. Target was Nankervis up forward and out on the full.
We've just seen Sydney just use their hands very well in close early, as we'll have a throw in there beside the point post.
Yeah, just touched on the line there, Drury, as the umpire throws it in. Got Nankervis versus Pettit. Nankervis wins the hit out. Payne in and under, diving on the ball. He's immediately claimed by 2 Swans. The pressure on early here in the grand final. We'll have another ball up, just 15 from the Swans' goal. Umpire throws it up, Pettit with the front position, but Nankervis with that little bit of extra height advantage won the tap. Still in dispute. O'Keefe grabs it. He's grabbed immediately by Joey Day, thrown to the ground, and another ball up 30 metres from the Swannies' goal.
They're just going to have to hold Sydney early in the clinches, I think, Aspley, not let them get away.
So Nankervis there again for Sydney. They are getting a few hand passes away, which I'm sure John Blair wouldn't be happy with. There's Nankervis. He goes again. Good tackle behind from Hutchinson. And the Hornets, well, they'll do well to get out of this. They have. It's a one-on-one up forward now. Hughes is there for the Hornets, but taken there by number 17 for the Swans in Tommy Walsh. Walsh pumps it forward now. Nankervis, he's been busy. He'll be a target, but the mark taken, and well done by the Sydney Swans. In number 58, I believe it is, Isaac Heaney.
Well, the under-18 player with New South Wales ACT, he's been prominent, and I know he's in the Swans Academy, and I know he's very highly rated, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the Swans list next year, such is the standing that they hold him in.
So Heaney moves in, he is on the angle, about 25 out, not an easy kick. And is it going to come back? No, it's not. So Isaac Heaney will be lucky to get it behind here. He just has, and it's the Swans by 7 early in this one.
Aspley bringing it in quickly. It's going to end up with Dan Smith. He's got Heaney standing the mark. He's got Ryan Holman here, and a little bit wide, out of bounds on the full. I mentioned that the Swans might have a problem with that, Aspley being their home ground, you would think. But it really curves in and goes dead straight from that half-forward area. Now, Tommy Walsh comes inside 50. Big flight at the front from Membray. And it was Nankervis who grabbed the ball, trying to bustle his way through. Umpire says you tried too hard. Incorrect disposal. Good tackle from Gavin Gross. And the Hornets should be able to relieve here. He's got a leader coming down the wing in Holman, but it's a misdirected kick. A nice mark taken by Shane Biggs out front for the Swannies.
So Biggs goes off to Tommy Walsh, another player who's been busy. He sends it skyward. Heaney's there again. Coming to the rescue for the Hornets, though, was Ryan Matthews. And the Hornets will get a free here. And that man, Toby Nankervis, he just can't stay away from the footy at the moment. As Pricey would say, he must have his name on the football. Here comes Aspley, or gee, a soccer along the ground there, coming out of their own half. Ryan Thompson's there, but he's put the Hornets under pressure. Brandon Jack as well for the Swans. Oh boy, this could prove costly. Around the corner, makes no mistake. And the Swans have their second goal. Tim Membray it is. And he's pounced on a Hornets mistake.
Yeah, certainly, and that is exactly where I was going. It was young Liam Dawson that, again, under no pressure coming out of defence, it took a bounce and couldn't quite handle the footy. Went on his toe, and the Swans were able to pounce. And again, just that little bit of pressure was just enough to turn the ball over, and they made them pay.
So looking to get their first score on the board, the Aspley Hornets are 6 minutes gone in the first term here. 2-1-13 to the Swans, to Aspley yet to score. Hope you're enjoying the start of the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final. Magnificent day here in northern Brisbane. Got a bit of a breeze, as we've alluded to the right of screen and coming more or less straight towards the commentary box side. You'll see the logo. Now, Naismith versus Jed Turner. Neither get an effective tap. O'Keefe just clears the congestion, but it allows Big Turner to pick it up and roost it forward. Swans with the numbers. Well rowed front and centre. Zach Jones nicely tapped forward by Jono Williams. Stanley puts it in the Sainsbury direction. Can he control it? No. Tommy Walsh is back there for the Swans. They'll get the handball through Marsh. Mitchell, Hewitt, the left foot down the line. It's going to bounce for Hiscox. He's tackled by Joey Day. Under pressure. Oh, it's a hot footy. Shaney Stiller thrown to the ground, and we'll get a ball up 45 metres out from the Aspley goal.
Oh, a couple of good matchups down there as well in Aspley's attacking area. Xavier Richards on Eddie Sainsbury.
And we see a free kick. I'll tell you what, let's not underestimate this wind. It certainly is an advantage at the moment. And Sydney Swans, must be said, they're taking full advantage. Here's Nankervis again. Gee, they swamped around him, Ashley, but no one came up with it. Here go the Swans through Brandon Jack. Brandon Jack has a bounce. He's got Towers in the goal square. Jack on the left foot. And he's nailed it. The Swans have kicked their third goal.
Well, again for me, another defensive error. We had three Aspley players up on that outer wing side, and which left, I think, another two Sydney Swans players down. Brandon Jack was able to sweep, run it all the way in. He had Towers running a goal with Liam Dawson there as his opponent, but Jack just had far too much time and space. Yeah. And was able to kick truly unopposed, and danger signs and real warning signs for Aspley, but terrific play early by the Sydney Swans. Yeah,
between a 1 and 2 goal breeze here, it would be the advantage to the right of screen, but Gavin Gross coming with the flight and then Robbie Copeland coming over the top. Somebody needed to kill that contest. Brandon Jack took full advantage. So Jed Turner wins the tap out, taken by Robinson for the Swans, scrubs it forward. Now Liam Dawson, he dummies, then gets the handball out to Smith, back to Josh Wagner now. He gets around his opponent, gives the handball to Williams, under pressure there from Callum Mills. He gets it forward though. Swannies have the numbers in defence and they're doing beautifully so far. Brandon Jack in the middle of the ground, gets around his opponent. Now O'Keefe long to half forward in the Nankervis direction. Good spoiling effort there by Hutchinson, but the Swans, they're roving well. Hiscox gets tackled, ball dislodged. Hutchinson to Dan Smith. He can't control it. Membray's in there for the Swannies. Gavin Gross mops up, and Big Jed Turner under pressure. Can they get the ball out of half back, the Aspley Hornets? Under enormous pressure there as it goes long down the line from Dawson in the Payne direction. Nicely punched over the line there by Dan Robinson, one of the best players for the Swans last week.
We've really seen Aspley have to flip the ball around, and I know Coach Blair would be just saying, let's get the ball forward a bit quicker and work it through. They've been able to generally run the ball forward, Aspley, in their games, but they're under enormous pressure in any time they've had the footy thus far.
So So Naismith winning the clearance on that occasion, straight into the left foot, kicks to his fellow ruckman in Nankervis. Swooped up though by the Swans. It's Hewitt, and it's coming in the goal square now. It's an open goal square. This could bounce through for Sydney. It'd be a tough break for Aspley, but it won't, and we'll get a minor score there from the Sydney Swans. But pricey. Aspley, they just need to switch on fast. I don't believe even Matty Payne's had a touches yet.
Not as yet. They haven't, probably struggling just getting their hands on the ball at the minute. Sydney Swans really utilising their skills and keeping the ball off the Aspley Hornets.
Inside 50s early, 9 Sydney, just the 1 Aspley. So as we see another errant kick and the ball going out of bounds on the full, so Sydney will attack again.
Now we mentioned before the game that might be something that the Swans might fall into, but it's happened twice on this side for the Hornets. So Adam Hughes will stand the mark, and you've got Tommy Walsh taking the kick. Got a fair breeze now hitting that right of screen, long inside 50 at the back. Nankervis. It was Ryan O'Keefe who roved at the front. Hornets with numbers now. Matthews in and around, gets the handball back. Oh, they're under a lot of pressure. Good tackling there from Reece Toy. Could have been holding the ball on Membrane, nothing doing. Umpire says we'll ball it up right in front of the scoreboard, which reads the Swans 3-2-20 to Aspley, yet to score with 11 gone.
There goes up now, and Aspley under all sorts of pressure. There's Nankervis with a tremendous tackle. Aspley did well across the face of goal. The mark will be taken there by Wagner. So interesting to see if the Hornets play on straight away. Just hold it up. Wagner goes short to Holman as they come across. That's an interesting kick. To the rescue there is Hughes. Hughes on the right foot. That's a lovely kick to find Smith. Smith will have to go here straight away. Plays the ball hard as always, Daniel Smith. It's a great kick by Smith. Finds a teammate there in Thompson. Thompson goes long, looking for Sansbury. And it's just going to be through for a minor score, but that's better from the Hornets.
Yeah, it certainly was. Back through the middle of the ground, they took their chances, actually moved it by foot well. And as we see Sydney attacking almost straight away.
Well, there you go, very close there. Abe Davis just took it inside. Might have been a line ball. As it goes down the line onto the Hornets logo, Hutchinson floats across the pack and does well. Austin Lucy roves, gets the 1-2, but no, intercepted there by Naismith. Great tackling there by Hutchinson, and really put the job on Mitch Wright, and he'll get the free kick at left half back is Hutchinson. He sees Shaney Stiller, the co-captain for the Hornets, 100 games for the Brisbane Lions. And he chips it towards the commentary wing. Back to his co-captain in Robert Copeland, premiership player for the Brisbane Lions in 01 and 03. Now Copeland wants to switch play. Goes back to Josh Wagner, the Queensland under-18. He's got Ryan Thompson leading for him. He finds him at centre half back. Now Thompson gets his skates on. Gross out wide. Takes the ball. Now he wheels onto that trusty left foot. Then handballs to Jono Williams in the corridor. Moving nicely now the Hornets. Joey Day, the left foot, inside 50. The one-on-one. It goes over the head. Nicely attacked there. And it's a high shot. And it will be Clinton French taking the free kick. It was George Hewitt who took him just that little bit high.
Well, the ball bounced, didn't it? But the attack with intent actually came from Clinton French there, which actually drew the free kick. He forced Sydney to actually make try and make a strong defensive play, and they just copped him high. So rightly so. And the intent was there, and the intent here will obviously be to put him through for the Aspley's first.
So Clinton French scored 1 goal in the preliminary final last week against the Giants. Comes in, let's go, makes no mistake, and the Hornets are on the board.
Well, what we have seen is Aspley trying to move the ball a little bit quicker and control a little bit more. I think in those first few minutes, it's fair to say Sydney got out of the blocks, justifiably so, but Aspley were very tentative and nervous around the football, and we're just being able to flip it around, but not really get it with any great gumption in terms of trying to move it forward with any great method or great, I suppose, correct way that John Blair would like to see the side play.
Yes, we spoke about Clinton French last week. He had a tremendous game and certainly pinpoint with all his kicking. Made no mistake on that occasion. A much needed goal from the Hornets. So that's their first. We mentioned they are dealing with a bit of a breeze, so they won't be too disappointed at this stage. As we see Matthews at the bottom. We just saw Copeland come off for the Hornets too and just exchange a few words with the coach, just saying just need to settle the boys down. Certainly not panic stations by any means from the Hornets. for those watching at home, as we see a push in the back. So Matthews will get the free kick here, can go straight away. He will. Sainsbury's leading. French again is there. They're the two men that will be the target. Richards coming over for the Swans. Dixon there as well for the Swans, who will get it, but the disposal wasn't the best. And Lucy was in there for the Hornets. And it's Richards coming away now for Sydney. So Richards will just switch it up. We mentioned that the wings actually go straight here, so I'm sure Pricey's waiting for a kick to go out and a full for the Swannies. Couldn't hit Membray. We will get an out of bounds, however, and that's not a bad result for the Hornets.
Yeah, what we have seen is the Aspley kicking into the breeze and the ball just helicoptering, which gives a good indication of the fact that the breeze is favouring Sydney's way.
13 points the margin. Umpires pulled out a free kick here. It'll go to Nankervis, taken without the ball in the ruck contest by Pettit. He'll loop for the handball. Shane Biggs now has a bounce, running across half-back. He's confronted by Pettit. He lets the ball go. That's a good kick to Towers. Finds Towers up the corridor. He's got the runner in Callum Mills. Dodgy-looking handball, though. Well played by young Josh Wagner. He got involved. Now out to Williams. Williams has got his teammate out wide. They want to move this forward now. Williams has kept running. He's got Austin Lucy in the middle, so Lucy will accept it. Hughes, good spoiling effort there from the Swans. Hughes can't get it. That was Lockyer with the big fist in there. Now the Swans have got it. In the middle of the field, it's with Callum Mills.
So Mills has got it. We see good tackling from both sides. Coming across now to Marsh. The WA product, Harrison Marsh, he's got it. Sporting the beard for the grand final, as he always does. So Marsh will kick long, he'll kick to a contest. And that's going to go out in the full. So there's one for you, Pricey. We've got one out in the full with these narrow wings. And the Hornets, well, they've had some success in the last 5 minutes playing on quickly. They continue to do that. The ball is with Stiller. Cheney Stiller, of course, the co-captain. Good kick from Stiller. He's been on the money with his kicking. Lucy now pops it up nicely. Lucy finds his teammate and Jack Stanley. Stanley drills it low. One bounce, Sainsbury couldn't get it. Good body work in there. Coming across to the Swans was Tommy Walsh. Back in the arms of the Hornets, though. Coming away now to Toy. Toy on the left foot. He's got some time now. Copeland, he can go here. He's into the breeze. He lines up Copeland. And we'll get rewarded with a minor score. So the margin now 2 straight kicks, and this is better from Aspley.
Yeah, it certainly is. Interesting, boys, also that Robinson has gone to Payne in a hard tag, and so far doing a terrific job. They've absolutely done their homework perfectly, I think, with that matchup.
So the Swans bring the ball back in from the back pocket, leading by 2 straight goals, 17.5 gone. And there's that errant kick, Gavin Gross. And we say they try to hug the boundary line. Where it does straighten up, it is a very hard task to keep it in, especially when the breeze is blowing towards us here. So Gavin Gross, the left foot, and that is a great kick to the leader. Jack Stanley Hughes popped in front. He was taken out, the umpire says. So Adam Hughes, who's a noted goal kicker, will have a ping from about 35 metres, but he's on a tight angle. Yeah,
it'll be an interesting kick, this one. I think we'll get the NEAFL TV camera will give us a good indication of how this breeze is going to play, depending upon where Adam Hughes is going to start it. I think he might start it left of the goalpost and try to bring it back.
So Adam Hughes, very good last week in the preliminary final. 2 goals, aiming for his first today. It starts right, it stays there. Good contest at the back and nicely taken by Nankervis. So the Swans stop any scoring possibility.
Should have followed my advice, Pricey, I think, and started a bit more left.
Yes.
And intercepted, though, by Aspley. So a chance for redemption. We see all the players at the moment virtually inside Aspley's 50. So they'll load up now here, the Hornets. They'll go again, and kicked into the pack, and they'll just rush that through, the Swans. So another minor score for Aspley, and could be just one of those games where behinds are crucial, particularly if this wind plays a factor. We could see some inaccurate kicking. So Towers is there, as is Payne for the Hornets, and that one will go over the boundary line, and And Kanga, as we keep alluding to, Aspley, they seem to have just settled down and gotten into the game a bit more of late.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And they just need to take their chances. They've had a couple of good shots at goal, but again, just need to put the Swans to bed when you possibly can. They're a good side. Swans
propelling forward, punched away from Membry. The big leap and fist by Gavin Gross, ball over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in.
And inside 50s early, I mentioned they were 9-1. Now they're 10-6 Sydney's way. So that just gives you an idea that Aspley have got their hands on the footy and been able to take it forward a bit better.
So Turner versus Naismith. Naismith with a decisive tap to Tom Mitchell. Now Mitchell on the left foot goes long, vacant goal square. How will it bounce? It hits the post. It was a fair crack from Tommy Mitchell. So the Swans extend their lead to 2 straight goals now.
Now, what happened there, Price? Copeland actually tried to kick the ball quickly. A Sydney Swans player was almost standing on top of him there, so it's 50 metres straight away from the kick-in.
So that's going to relieve a lot of pressure for Aspley as Copeland goes across the half-back line.
So Copeland finds a teammate and then benches upfield in the hands of Josh Wagner. So Aspley playing on quickly again. Matthews has got it. Matthews can go straight away. Pressure coming across. It might have been Marsh. He goes again, Marsh. Could have been high, or it's going to be ball either way. Tremendous play there from Marsh because he had to go. Showed electrifying speed and a good tackle in the end. Probably saved a goal.
Certainly did.
Absolutely. Ryan Matthews playing well for the Hornets again as a big pack of players forms, and Liam Dawson punches it over the boundary line on the outer side.
And I'll look forward to speak to Liam Dettering, the NEAFL journalist, at quarter time to get some stats, but certainly some of the Aspley defenders are the ones that are getting their hands on the ball in terms of a statistics point of view.
Turner, Naismith over the back, slaps it forward, stuck under several. Umpire is just patrolling, looking, and that's Hewitt getting up for the Swans, and Henry Joyce for Aspley. You've got the Swans leading by 2 straight goals. 21 minutes gone to the first term in the NEAFL Grand Final for 2014. Now with Dawson to half forward. Dan Smith set a task. Zach Jones went the spoiling effort. The double juggle.
It touched over the line.
Over the boundary line, unfortunately for Daniel Smith, who did well. Another throw in.
So Turner it is, up against Naismith. Turner got the tap that time, straight to Matthews. Good hand pass away from Matthews. The target there on that occasion was Hughes, but it's still with the Hornets. I think it was Wagner. He kicked it forward. Sansbury there. Also there was Jack Stanley. But they're making some metres now, Aspley, and really starting to apply the pressure. As you said, Kanga, it will be interesting to get those stats off Liam Dettering a little later on because they've certainly come back.
Well, we just talked about Josh Wagner. He's had 7 disposals, and he's a 20-year-old. He has a younger brother, Corey, who plays under 18s for Queensland. So they both played in the game recently.
Well, here come the Swans now, Kanga. Membray was the target, just couldn't get to it, but they're going to get a call here. The Hornets for a high shot, so Ryan Thompson will be the beneficiary, and that's 50, is it, Pricey?
Well, I didn't see what that was for.
A little bit of language that was. So I think Membry didn't like the decision and let the umpire know, and you can't afford ill-disciplined acts like that, particularly in grand finals, and particularly when it takes them within scoring distance.
So Thompson plays on straight away, and a great little hit there.
John Williams, has a very big leg, boys, so he will fancy his chances from here.
Even in this breeze, Kanga?
I think so, and the way he's certainly shaping up, it's fair to say
Where should he start this one, Kanga?
I think he should start this one right, and it should come back.
So Williams moves in right on 50. Question is, was he listening to Kanga? He obviously was, because Williams has kicked the Hornets second, and well, there he is. Words of wisdom by the 1995 St Kilda player in Kanga. Mate, well said. And Williams, you're right. Enormous boot. And Aspley are right back in this one.
Well, it's no surprise for me, certainly having seen a little bit of Aspley, that the likes of John Williams, he will line up across that 50-metre arc, given the opportunity if there is a ball just outside, say that 60-metre one, because if they get it within that range for him, he just has the drive to be able to put it through.
Exactly, and so
drive for show, putt for dough, and he drove it beautifully, I might add, down the middle.
24 minutes gone in the first term. For all their dominance early, the Sydney Swans leading by the 1 goal, and I reckon that's the breeze that's favouring them as well. Pettit gets it down well to Ryan Matthews, kicks it forward. This is going to fall for Hughes. So they're on a bit of a roll now. The momentum has shifted for the Hornets. Long kick towards Stanley. Good spoiling effort from the Swans defence. Xavier Richards knocked it over the boundary line. We'll get a throw in.
And MVP Matt Payne still yet to get a champion data statistic, boys, for today.
Well, for a man who usually racks up an average of 33, 34 touches, that's not a bad effort from the Sydney defence. He just got himself involved there, Matty Payne. Couldn't get the handball away. Mitchell intercepted for the Swans now. He gets around a couple, comes towards the commentary box. Good spoil from Hutchinson over Nankervis. He butters up and almost takes it away. Nice athletic effort there against the big man.
It's just a great matchup, isn't it? Because Nankervis, he's a big cut of a kid, isn't he? And with Hutchison, he is just a great athlete. So the height against the real athleticism.
Yeah, Copeland with a valuable touch there too, showing some leadership at the half-back line for the Hornets. They get another free here, the Hornets, so they'll go through Pettit, who's moved into the ruck. And he's kicked a nice one to Lucy, who plays on straight away. Oh, fortuitous bounce. Here they go, Aspley. Hand pass away, looking for Holman. Just couldn't get it in. The Swans now through Callum Mills will get out of jail, but certainly Aspley in front of their home fans here. They're back in this one. Certainly Ryan Matthews, one player who's injected himself. Here's Nankervis. Hutchinson was there again. There's Matthews with O'Keefe. O'Keefe, two-time premiership player, puts it on the boot. And, well, he needed to take that. This could be dangerous. Underneath it there was Thompson for Aspley. Also there's Day, but the Swans, Hewitt, got away just in the nick of time. Wagner was there as well. Then on the boot by Day again. This is a good contest here with Hughes, and they got away with that one, Aspley.
Yeah, and just looking at Hughes then, he just needed to lay a bit of body on his opponent there, Biggs, just so he could take the ball in a nice contested mark, but just chose to jump off the 2 feet.
Throw in right in front of the NEAFL commentary position at the back. Pettit to his knees, gets the handball to Payne. Oh boy, he's got Robinson all over him, hasn't he? Mitchell gets the handball away. You're gone, son. Holding the ball, nothing doing. Shaney Stiller, the left foot towards Stanley. Stanley takes the mark right on the 50-metre arc there.
It was a great killer there, wasn't it?
Brilliant use of that trusty left foot by Shaney Stiller. Now Stanley plays on. He sees something on the other side, wobbles it towards the Sainsbury direction, but it bounces awkwardly. Picked up by Heaney. Heaney long to centre forward. Membray couldn't quite hold it. Recovers beautifully though. Nice bit of recovery, but could have been gone if the tackle stuck. Got the handball away. That could have been holding the ball as well. They're under a lot of pressure and good defensive work from Aspley as big Jed Turner bustles forward. Lockyer, he's tackled, and well done there, holding the ball up. What a great minute or so passage of play of tackling from the Hornets.
If something lifts the spirits of a side, it's that defensive pressure to be able to take the ball off the opposition and create a stalemate where all look lost a couple of times.
Yeah, certainly did. So we see Swans with a free kick. The tackling from Aspley has been top shelf here, and it's lifting all their teammates at the moment. Here's Membray, did well early to keep his feet. He comes around on the right foot. That's Tim Membray. That's the Membray we know, and he almost put that through for a goal. Easy as you like. They're going to have to play tight on Membray today, and Kanga Membray is just one of those players who's really good at keeping his feet when all the other defenders lose their footing.
Yeah, and he's got a good matchup in Gavin Gross today. Again, a little bit of AFL experience being on an AFL list with Port Adelaide, so he should be equipped to try and combat him, but Membray is a good player, as we know.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say it's gone to Sainsbury from Hughes, and now the Swans with the turnover, Pricey.
Yeah, Sainsbury made a long way down the field to get that as the Swans go inside 50, a 2-on-1. The big fella Nankervis and Thompson spoiled him. Now picked up by Copeland. The handball to Lucy. Lucy's got another runner in Toy. Now Toy puts the skates on, did well. Straight down the corridor, it's a wobbler to French. Can't control it beautifully with one hand. Turns around, gives it to Sainsbury. He plays on, handball over the top. Here's Holman, runs into the open goal and goes bang for the Hornets.
Well, a good piece of transition football, wasn't it? I mean, what we did see is the ball turned over in the back half, and it was Robbie Copeland in the back half, didn't panic, got the handball away and started the chain of events, and they ran hard forward. They took the most of their opportunities, and Aspley again, they've just got themselves back in the contest, both with a bit of method and some real intensity at the contest to try and cause turnovers. So great piece of play there by the Hornets.
Well, what about Clinton French? Does he ever miss a target, boys?
Well, what about that? What about that gather with the one mitt? He just like a chicken wing, wasn't he? He just he thought, I'm just going to squeeze the neck off this chicken, and he just took the Sharon with him. Found Sainsbury, ball over the top. Holman did the rest.
So the margin now a solitary point. The Hornets have hit back, approaching 30 minutes in the first quarter. Who will be the 2014 NEAFL premiers? It's the Swans by 1, and they're coming away with it now. Brandon Jack, the target. Also there for the Swans was Heaney. It's going to go out of bounds. What a cracking first quarter we've seen. Aspley, they did concede a few goals early, but gee, they've bounced back, going into the breeze as well. So surely John Blair will be delighted with the start, Pricey.
Yeah, I would have thought so far. Only a point behind. That's dangerous for Toy. He's got to get rid of it. It goes forward for the Swans now. Hewitt, the outside of the right shoe. And that was too far to the outside. One behind, so they have a 2-point margin with 30 minutes gone. Hutchinson plays on immediately and hits Lucy. Now they've got runner on the outside as the siren goes. It is quarter time in the NEAFL 14 grand final. What a ripper. 3-5-23 the Swans, 3-3-21 the Hornets.
Well, it was almost a tale of two games in that quarter, strangely enough. The Swans got away to a flyer, and again, the uncontested football of the Swans just moving forward was a great feature of their play, and they were able to finish early. But then Aspley just got their tails up a little bit, just lifted their intensity, started to run the ball with a bit more purpose, weren't getting too handball happy. Starts at finding some targets into that breeze. They ran hard and fast and in numbers forward, and were able to capitalise and turn this first quarter into an absolute cracker. And obviously the second quarter, we're going to see what the breeze brings for the Hornets.
Well, look, if the home ground advantage is one thing, Kanga, and the guys know the flukiness of the breeze here, but it does trouble me, the thin wings, when they're trying to bring the ball out and trying to hug that boundary line. Both sides are actually falling for that.
Yeah, that's right. And I think as much as anything, we haven't seen these two sides meet. And again, just that little bit of feeling each other out, knowing how far to run, knowing who the opponents are, the matchups. And again, like last week in the finals, that we saw some different types of matchups happen from quarter time onwards, where the coaches could get to their respective sides. And I think this will happen again today. One matchup that I do like from the Swans' point of view is that Robinson on Payne, because that has been a winner for them so far. And for Aspley to be so close at this point in time without the influence of Payne, which they generally have, is a great fillip in their spirits.
There you go. Well, look, we'll be back with the second quarter very shortly on NEAFL TV. It is quarter time, and the Sydney Swans are leading the grand final by 2 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's quarter time here at Graham Road. The Sydney Swans 3-5-23, leading Aspley 3-3-21. Goal kickers for the Swans, Membray, Towers and Jack. For the Hornets, French, Holman and Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, if we could please ask you to refrain from entering the centre square area. Thank you very much. Looking forward to a great second quarter very shortly here in the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final.
Welcome back to Graham Road, Aspley, the second quarter of the 2014 NEAFL Grand Final. Michael Price and Drury Forbes calling your action. We've got Mark Kanga-Kennedy with the special comments and NEAFL journalist Liam Dettering with the stats.
Yeah, certainly, guys. First up, we see Josh Wagner for Aspley, obviously with the 8 touches. Then Ryan Matthews with 7 and Gavin Gross also with 7 for the Hornets. And for the Swans, a good first quarter from Tom Mitchell, one of the real stars of their side, with 7 as well. Dean Towers also with 7 and Tommy Walsh.
Just interesting, Liam, just in terms of tackles and inside 50s, if you got those stats as well?
Yeah, the tackle count very even at the moment. Aspley actually edging at 17 to 14, and those inside 50s, which was 10 to 1 at one stage, now 14 apiece.
So back underway here, second quarter of the grand final. It's the Swans leading by a solitary 2 points. And Aspley certainly finishing the better, and now with the slight wind advantage, providing it doesn't change, of course, which it can do. Thompson with the kick, and the first clearance win for Aspley. As we see a tussle there at the back, and we'll see our first out of bounds. And I've got to say, Pricey, just to that quarter time huddle, I know the Swans are leading by 2, but by body language, you'd think Aspley were out in front.
Well, I think they got the momentum shift. They know they're kicking with the wind in this quarter, so you can really sense that they are going to attack this second quarter. Matty Payne with his first clearance in the first minute as well. So things looking up for the Aspley Hornets as the Swans go down the outer side.
So it was Biggs who kicked it, and now we've just got a tussle of plays. The tackling continues. We saw there, of course, Liam Dettering, Aspley ahead in the tackle count, 17-14 the first quarter. They've certainly tackled their way back into this, and it's game on. As we see O'Keefe now, Naismith in the ruck. Once again, the tackling pressure from Aspley is there, Kanga.
And what we are going to see of interest for me is how the Sydney Swans tackle this little bit of play into the breeze and the method they use, and alternately what Aspley do when they come with a bit of broken play going with the breeze.
So the ball again stuck under several. Aspley trying to break free. Again, there's so many players around the ball. Very tight contest, very congested on the outer side. Ball stuck under the Aspley player. Umpire's having a good look at it. As umpire Nathan Ellsworthy from the New South Wales ACT competition will throw it up on the outer side. Swans trying to clear it as well, getting pressure now. Payne with his second clearance, started the second quarter well, but once again the Swannies defence have got it covered through Tommy Walsh. Hewitt looked like he was going to accept the ball, but it went over the heads of everybody. Jed Turner could make it there for Aspley, but it's taken over the boundary line once again by Xavier Richards.
Just interesting, Jed Turner during that first quarter, I heard him come off the ground and heard all his lunch or his morning tea come up as well right behind us. So obviously a bit of grand final nerves as well.
So up again goes Pettit up against Naismith. Naismith did win that. Matthews is underneath it, tackled by O'Keefe. O'Keefe wants ball, he's going to get it. So it's a free kick to the Sydney Swans, and they'll certainly need to draw on O'Keefe's experience this afternoon, Sydney. So O'Keefe goes short and finds number 46 and Shane Biggs. Biggs back to Richards now. Sydney all of a sudden just second-guessing their options. Doing well, Aspley just lock it in. Now the umpire's seen something here, Pricey. I don't think he likes what Mitchell just did, and it could go to Aspley.
Well, it's behind the play, and I think Austin Lucy really sucked Tommy Mitchell in there. There was a little bit of tape on the play, but Mitchell dragged Lucy to the ground behind the play, and a very foolish free kick.
I think Austin Lucy's been learning quite well off Robbie Copeland of being quite a pest, and he's noted for a bit of mouth, Austin, but certainly getting under the skin of Tom Mitchell on that occasion.
So just like that, Aspley with a shot on goal. It might be Turner, the left foot of Jed Turner, and for the first time this afternoon, the Aspley Hornets are leading in the 2014 Grand Final.
We talked about a little bit of ill discipline potentially playing a part in this game. We saw a 50-metre penalty given away from the Swans in the first quarter, and then on that occasion Tommy Mitchell giving a free kick away from the ball, which gifted the Aspley Hornets a goal, and Turner was able to take full advantage there. And Jed Turner, boys, I think he was outdone in the ruck last week, but he actually managed to get forward a couple of times, kick a couple of goals, and really make an impact from that point of view, which Coach Blair will be looking for again for him to continue.
So 4 minutes gone, second term, and Aspley leading by 4 points now. Pettit versus Naismith. Pettit just got that tap out, but it's in dispute. Mitchell just scrubs a handball towards Mills. Oh, well attacked there by Toy. The handball now to Sainsbury goes long for Aspley. Oh, that's a great one-handed effort. How about that from Xavier Richards? Beautiful work. Gets it out to Shane Biggs now, and the Swans are just settling at half-back.
Yes, lovely work there from Richards, and they will need to settle now, Sydney, as the Hornets find themselves leading by 4. Not only that, they've got the wind to their backs here in the second quarter. So the Swans now through Isaac Heaney. Heaney pumps it long. Turn and go now, but there's all Hornets there. We could see another change in possession. Both sides going out on the outer wing. The umpire wants it. So a ball up. It's 4-3-27. The Aspley Hornets from Queensland leading the Sydney Swans 3-5-23. And what has been an intriguing match thus far. Very competitive encounter. Here's Day kicking it forward. Now the bounce not favouring the Hornets, although coming through there was Sainsbury. And off the deck now with the hand pass was Davis, and the Swans, they'll need to hustle well to get out of this. There's Biggs. Biggs hand pass. There's pressure here from Turner on Richards. Back to Biggs. Biggs was under pressure. This could be a mark for the Hornets. It is Wagner. Well taken by Wagner, and that's just good pressure from the Hornets.
And he can go back and kick this one. Again, I had his father message me during the week, tell me that he's a 20-year-old and his brother is the 18-year-old Corey, who is a prominent player with Queensland.
So Josh Wagner, Kanga says he can kick it. Kick it, he can! Wagner's put it straight through the middle, and the Aspley Hornets are on fire.
Well, Wagner, he's been prominent. He's been able to rebound that first quarter, and then he's been able to sneak forward on that occasion. He's had the 9 champion data disposals, 4 kicks, 5 handballs, and that inside 50, which we see resulted in a goal. So, again, a good piece of play to get Aspley away to a bit of a fly, which we saw Sydney do in that first quarter. So we'll see if Sydney can respond in kind.
So, 5 goals, 3, 33 to the Aspley Hornets, 2. The Swans, 3 goals, 5, 23. It's 10 points the margin to the home side. Crowd loving it here at Graham Road. The Hornets versus the Swans for the 2014 NEAFL title. The umpire will call that bounce back.
I thought he wasn't going to call it back there for a moment.
I'd say it would distinctly disadvantage Jed Turner, but did the right thing to the umpire. So Turner versus Naismith as the ball gets thrown up in the middle. Turner wins that one. It bounces back to him. He's tackled as he gets the handball away. Hewitt, barreled, could be in the back. Umpire says yes. So it is George Hewitt takes the free kick in the middle of the ground. Kicking against the wind now. He's got a couple of numbers at half forward and a big lead from Nankervis in that direction. Hutchinson with those soccer skills just tapped it forward. That could have been a throw from Wagner. It was a deft basketball touch as Hutchinson barrels it out of bounds on the full.
Boys, I was thinking that was a set in volleyball for mine.
2 distinct movements as Tommy Walsh has the ball. Long inside 50 now. Gross. Could have been paid the mark. Towers. He roved it. O'Keefe gets the handball away. It ends up back with Towers under pressure. And it's Callum Mills. He scrubs it forward. It's going to bounce through for the Sydney Swans. Good snap under pressure from Callum Mills. Gets his first goal of the day.
Well, talking about under pressure, what about the handball firstly from Ryan O'Keefe there to get the ball to Towers, who got the ball across to Mills under extreme pressure as well. And that's just a little bit of class showing through from both of those gentlemen just to get them through there, allowing Mills just to kick, I suppose, a very opportunistic goal and again, just level things up for the Swans.
Goes to show the importance of umpires' decisions, doesn't it? Gross has paid the mark, completely different outcome there.
Well, we are right beside the Aspley coaching box, and we are privy to, I suppose, a few of the comments that are coming their way in terms of opinion around the umpires' decisions.
So the Swans strike back, and we're back to lesser goal the margin. It's Naismith in the ruck for Sydney and Turner for the Hornets. That one in favour of Turner comes to the hands of Mills, the goal scorer. And the Swans will play on quickly here, so O'Keefe finds himself with it, the recipient from a Mitchell hand pass. And, oh, gee, did well, very well there, Nankervis. Gets it back to Mills. Mills looking for his second in the space of a couple of minutes. Hutchinson jiving over the top to Matthews. Matthews did exceptionally well, but it went straight to Towers. O'Keefe off the foot. This could bounce through, but no, getting back there for Aspley fortuitously, well, just in time there, was Dawson. It's still on for the Swans, though. They can get it, but a clearing kick from the Hornets, although Zach Jones was there, as was Smith.
So Smith put himself in timely there. Big Jed Turner gets the ball. Now long down the line. Clinton French got rid of his man nicely. Ball bounces at the back to Sansbury. Sansbury loops the handball to French. French from 35. Steadies, and Aspley get another one.
Well, Clinton French, what an absolute ripping goal. But what about the leg speed of Sansbury there, just to make the contest? And we saw French and Sansbury, and that's probably a great advantage that Aspley have at the moment across their opponents there at half forward. Their ability to push hard with the ball through their leg speed, and of course the skill and the finish. And what we saw there is two beautiful finishes. The first one from Sansbury to get it to French, and of course the ultimate one with French just to put it through the big sticks there. That's his second goal. A great piece of answering play there by the Sydney Swans.
Well, I'm going to put it out there and say Clinton French is dead set the best kick in the NEAFL.
He's got to be up there. He can finish.
So we're underway again now, and Robinson it is with the Swans. So we're goal for goal at the moment here in this second quarter. As we mentioned, Aspley with the wind advantage for now. As it comes to the arm, Turner. Turner improvised well. Some great passing away now. The Hornets. Joyce kicking forward, racing back for the Swans is Walsh. And some great tackling. French was in there again. And also Hughes now converging. So they're applying lots of pressure, the Hornets, and making it very difficult for the Swans and coming out of their back 50 at the moment.
So the Swans go down.